Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm John, and welcome to Maverick Workshop. Going to be doing some stuff today, probably some things. Yeah, I got all the what are they called? I got these blanks already set up and ready to turn. And what are they called again? Peppermint Hearts. Peppermint Hearts. I don't know why my brain just doesn't want to remember that. But I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you were doing well, had a good, safe weekend. And yeah, I reckon I should share with you what the blanks look like, huh? So what we got is these. Yeah. Let's try to get this camera to focus a little better. Okay, so these are pretty cool. Now, the reason I think these are particularly pretty cool is because typically when you're working on colors in general, right? You mix red and white. What color do you usually get? You get pink. So one of the challenges or the challenging things of this particular one is that Abby was able to get them at the temperature that they needed to be to achieve the most ideal color separation. So turning these away, we'll actually see how successful they were, but I'd say by the looks of some of these that they definitely stayed quite red in the areas and then also quite white. Now I do also see pink, so it's not going to be perfect because you can't perfectly keep liquids separated like that. Not like oil and water or I guess water and gasoline or anything like that. But when it comes to something like that, it's basically a temperature thing, and you have to do it like right before it sets, kind of. So really, really interesting. And that is what those look like. I'm going to go ahead and put these over here. Hopefully, I'll get through most of these today. But yeah, that'll be the plan. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up my beverage here because I don't want a whole bunch of stuff getting into it. So, but yeah, let's see. Got a couple things, I guess, to talk about or point out right quick too. Is last stream I had mentioned the double casted mold, and it's by Armand's Right Stuff. I found him on there it is. I found him on some of the pen making groups in Facebook. And so basically, what you do is you do the one side with let's see, which one was this one? This one was black first. Yeah, this one was black first, and then you put it on the other side after that one cures and sets, and then you do the white. So you can do any colors you want, but this one in particular is it's just straight black and white. We're gonna call this one Wednesday. But we also did one that was red and white, so it kind of had a candy cane appearance. So I think that's actually what this mold is called. We got him to custom make it. Yeah, it's called candy cane. You can kind of see it there. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I reckon without further ado, I'm just gonna hop right over there and get right to it. I did change the carbide tip on um, my EasyWood tool, so hopefully it won't be too sharp. Because if it is too sharp, then it makes it so you shouldn't be turning too fast, and it it just makes it more of a challenge, I guess. Uh, hey, how you doing, Mike? Good to see you, man. gonna get into this. But yeah, working on some Peppermint Hearts today. Let's see. I should go ahead and type this out. So Monday streams will be at 12. Yeah. How have you been? How have you been? Did you have a good weekend? But yeah, so for the sake of being more consistent, I will be trying to, well, scheduling rather myself to do streams at 12 Eastern. Oh, that's good. All your roof repairs, nice. That's good, man. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. But yeah, I will actually end up setting a reminder and all that stuff too. So, Grandpa. But yeah, set a reminder, do all that jazz, and then work on that consistency, you know. All right, let's get us pointed over here. Get the focus a little bit better. Boom. All right. Do y'all like the 2 cams or the 1 cam? It kind of seems weird only to have the one because you're only seeing the lathe, but on the other hand, you're only seeing the lathe. So it's like maybe that's what you want in the first place. So I'm not sure. Coffee's cold. Oh no. What? Yeah, happy to see you. Heck yeah. Man, it's probably an axiom at that point, you know? Just expects you to know that that's the case. Oh, he already knows, you know? But maybe not. Or maybe she ain't happy to see you. Wrong time, wrong time. Then you just get there and I don't know. Who knows? Hey, that's awesome. Very cool. Your goblet turned out good. Now, do you plan on drinking from that goblet? And if so, what finish did you use on it for that? After 35 years? Well, congratulations. Congratulations. That is very impressive and awesome. Let's I think we need to go this way. That is awesome. So is she the lucky lady or are you the lucky guy to have had someone for 20 or 35 years? Ah, 62 from Sweden. I think I remember, I do remember you. And I thought, I'm pretty sure we didn't have a different name Well, I asked if you had a different name that you wanted me to call, uh, but nothing. You're just good with Grandpa, so I stuck with it. Laura, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, these are going to be cool. Um, so I'm going to start with a. There we go. We'll start with one of these. Yeah. She's. Oh man. Now, if I ask her the same question, would she say the same thing? Man, that's awesome. Impressive. My wife and I, we got married in 2011, and well, yeah, 2011. So, oh, there's one particular thing I don't like about the square pencils, and that is that the sharpeners are just weird for them. It looks edible. It's awesome. I don't recommend it, but it is called Peppermint Hearts, so hopefully not too many hearts will be broken. All righty. We're all set. Set, ready to rock. Morty's already on. Let's get to it. Tough on the teeth? Yeah, absolutely. You have to be very careful with that. You need to get a little. That's awesome. I'm very happy for you. Very happy for you. It's one of those things about relationships that my wife and I we talk about sometimes. It's like relationships don't just work by accident. They have to you have to work on them sometimes, and the other thing is you're just not going to agree on everything. It's just the way things are going to be. Let's get to it. You're spinning at about 3,400 RPM. Is it that? Let's, and I just replaced the carbide, so it's really quite sharp, and it's not how I usually like to turn with a sharp, super sharp carbide. I'll usually turn um, I'll start by turning squares round, usually, so I can dull the tool a little bit. That way it makes it a little easier. Oh, how awesome, Laura. Your husband y'all started dating in middle school and been together 22 years. That is awesome. That's awesome. Abby and I met when we were in high school. She was applying for a job that I was already working at as a water safety instructor. I was teaching kids how to swim, and she was coming and trying to apply to be a a teaching assistant. And I was 17 at the time. So that's about how we met. And then we were on a similar schedule for a little bit. Kind of high school sweethearts, but it's one of those things where we didn't go to the same high school. So kind of interesting. Oh, well, dang. Sitting here repeating myself. Well, not repeating myself, but telling you the same story. All right. Well, do the stories match up at least? Yeah, I had to go get my daughter from her rehearsal. So this is also one of the reasons why I really don't like changing the tool. But it makes it so it's easier for Abby to sand. So just per side, I can hit about I think I can get probably, I don't know, maybe 100 or so things turned out of one side there. All right. We're looking good. We're looking good. So what I mentioned before a bit was about color separation. And when you're doing the color separation aspect of it, when you have red and yellow, red and white, you mix those colors together, you're going to end up getting pink unless you do it at a temperature that's high enough. So the other thing with that is once you wait a certain period of time, it gets hot, it's going to start curing, and if you don't get it under pressure fast enough, at that point you can end up with bubbles. So it's a very interesting balance that Abby's got quite a few repetitions on. And achieving ideal color separation it really is a challenging portion of casting resin. So if you get into that, that's just one of those things that you'll have to be aware of. Yeah. It's, I don't know. I don't know what you do. Ooh, UV resin? Um, how long? Well, first, where do I want to start? UV resin is not bad to do like inlays or um, portions, I would say, of it. Similarly to like CA glue almost, as far as the application goes. But when you're doing pens, it seems like the CA or the UV needs a lot longer to cure, for one. And then the other thing is if it's got color in it, I'm pretty sure that that doesn't let the deeper part of the UV get light to cure. So I guess you could think about it, if you were in the ocean and you were on the surface, you'd have light, and then you go down 10 feet, you still have light. But if you go like 100 feet, you start losing that light, and it just has to do with the ability for the light to penetrate the surface. I think that's one of the issues of it. But kind of expensive to do too. Making a whole blank out of UV resin. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we are at a point where that is sufficient. As I mentioned before, I changed the tool, so cutting, light pressure actually goes much further than normal for me, because I like having a tool just a little bit duller. Let's see. Yeah. Also, in the chat, I put that Mondays, I'm thinking about 12 Eastern time for streaming consistently, and it'll be diamond painting pins. It'll be the upcoming colorway for the week. So I'm gonna try that and see how it works, or how well it goes. You'll stick to rings and egg. Let's see, do I have an egg? I had an egg over here. Oh, there it is. It's over there. One of the first eggs that I ever turned. It's looking back on it, it's really quite bad. But so, I mean, the egg itself looks fine, but I should have gone way further. That way, that the burl, the actual top of the burl, is the only part that's touching the resin. So, like these sides right here, I mean, at least we painted it, but really what I should do is mount it again and make it thinner. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man? But yeah, that was the first egg I turned, or one of the first. I don't remember. I tried a lot of different things to figure out what it was that I really enjoyed doing, and also trying out different things in general. That's what you got to do, you know. I'd say one of the coolest displays I've done was the cicada display that I made for my daughter. I've got a video on that. It's fun. Oh, nice. That's what you usually do? I used to watch Ben's works. I used to watch him quite often, and that's what kind of got me turning eggs in the first place, is watching him do it. It always does some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, it's not exactly my I'll do it for fun. It's not something that I enjoy doing repeatedly. Yeah. Oh, so Grandpa, um, we actually used UV to paint the burl. And then something that we learned, after doing that quite a few times, unfortunately, was that if we're going to do that, we should shellac the burl surface. That way it seals the top of the wood where the resin is going to sit. So it would be something worth trying if you haven't done that. And it was suggested by somebody that does those types of projects more often. But rings too, that's cool. Rings are also pretty fun. I do have a setup to do rings as well. I just I like pens. Yeah. Oh, I guess I should add on to a little bit more to that. Is it's got to be the stuff that like evaporates. It's got alcohol in it. Yeah. The, the that way it kind of evaporates off as well. And supposedly that helps seal the wood, so when you do cast it, you won't get the bubbles coming from um, coming from the depths of the wood in between the fibers and stuff. I also have another particular blank that I'm going to be doing a little later. I'm pretty excited about. Um, it's a Juma blank that is it's called Green Mamba, and we're doing that one a little later. Um, nice. Yeah, I like giving this stuff away too. So usually the stuff that I really like to give away is something that I don't really want to create again. But not all the time. It's just sometimes the things that I give, I would really like to give away are things that, you know what? I don't know what I would charge for this, so you know what? I'm not gonna charge anything, just give it away. So that's always fun. Um, Mike, are you asking me? I don't use the egg cups. I just used a regular cup, and then I cut the burl to fit in the bottom of it. A pretty bad way to do that, looking back on it. So having a mold to begin with would be a much better thing to do. And then um, also I would use a lot less resin. So I have made mistakes on that. So what's the weather like in Sweden right now? Is it chilly? Almost. Oh, man. Come on. Double-edged sharp. Ah, that's cool. The other thing about having such a sharp tool is you can really easily make mistakes, or so some of these surfaces are not how I want them to be, and I'm either going to have to use a round carbide that's duller, like this one, or well, not only that, but it's also going to need a little sanding to get that shape more round. So, Sweden's like four seasons in one day. That sounds like Arizona. So got pretty good color separation on these. That's funny. Huh. Yeah, it would. Now, do you plan on like 3D printing it so you can make multiple molds like that, or is this just for like a personal project or what? Oh, just from wood. Oh, cool. Weather like Chicago. Chicago's cold, from my understanding. I haven't. Have I ever been to Chicago? I don't think I've been to Chicago, but I'm pretty sure it's always cold there, isn't it? Well, really cold when it is cold, I should say. Right on, right on. Let's see. Get used to it. That's what I tell the people here when I ride my motorcycle and it's cold outside. Like, you get used to it. It's cold, but that ain't too bad. Yeah, So what kind of is there timber that is exclusively in Sweden that you're aware of? Or that is a popular choice, I guess? Hmm. Yeah, you got clothes, just put them on. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, uh, my wife got me a early Christmas present, and it is super convenient. Um, I've had a jacket that was by Mammut, and I've had that jacket for about 12 years now, and it was falling apart, but I've mended it here and there and still using it. But this is the best version of the same jacket, and you can't buy it new. She had to find it secondhand that was like new. So pretty cool. It's favorite. And it's also convenient because now I don't have to wear my apron just to hold the mic. Because that's why I was wearing my apron. feel like I'm turning so slow. Not the speed, but it's funny. He'll buy you clothes and then like, oh, I don't fit you, bummer. No gift receipt or anything. Just all right. Well, if it don't fit you, I'll take them. That's funny. It was a tradition for me to always get my grandfather a pair of socks or a few pair of socks for Christmas. Ever since I had gone into the military, I'd come back and when I'd spend Christmas at home, I'd always get him a couple pairs of socks. And the funniest thing about it was was that he would always cut them. He'd always cut the top of it because I guess they were too tight around his calves. Uh, why am I buying you these socks? You're just gonna, you're just gonna cut them. Yeah, yeah. I've got two kids. I've got two girls. One is 11 and one is 9. Pretty youngin. I don't know. I'm glad that they're growing. So I can't entirely say yeah. I wish they wouldn't grow, but on the other hand, I wish I could hit the pause button at different stages and just enjoy that age a little bit longer. But I guess the other part of it is when I look at it like that, it's not until you're looking back that you like, man, I really missed that age, you know? So it's kind of interesting in that regard. But yeah, it's awesome. Ooh, that one's really cool. So cool. But yeah, I mean, as far as a kid that never grows, I suppose you can get like a spider monkey. Pretty sure they stay at like the age of 3 forever. Although I don't know if I think that pets are really, or monkeys are great pets, but I don't think that they're great pets necessarily. But they do stay at about, I think they behave as like a 3-year old. Um, this one was a 20. This one was a 20. As far as like the my sheet here, it won't necessarily be number 20 when Abby does the overview picture. Uh, Well, that's fun. Yeah. Yeah, Abby is currently doing uh, packaging. Monday is her packaging and shipping day. Yeah. So she'll be out sanding tomorrow. Yep, Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah. And then um, Friday and Saturday. But sometimes I'll have different things that she's going to say this in as well. All right. Have a good one. I appreciate you hanging out. Have a good night. But yeah, it ends up being about 3 days of sanding. And then one of the days of sanding is something different, like the pins that I make as well. Um, the fountain pins that I make. So, she's really good at sanding. Yeah, then Friday is finishing up sanding and then um, start working on the listings, getting the pins cleaned the rest of the way, getting the polish off of them and everything. And yes, so for me, Mondays are usually demolding um, if I don't do it over the weekend. Demolding, getting the blinks out of the molds, um, and then drilling and turning. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be all diamond painting pins, and then shifting gears to other projects, really. Um, so taking time off for Christmas. Um, I mean, Christmas Day, yeah, probably, but outside of that, I just this is what I do. Yeah, and some video juegos every once in a while. But I reserve that for the evenings. But during the workday, 9 to 5 kind of thing, uh, it just uh, yeah, that's in the workshop. We do our time off very differently than I imagine most people do. Um, but one of the upcoming things, I guess, is kind of normal. Is we've got a spring break where we're going to go to Tucson, and that'll be fun. That's where my first daughter was born. So we'll be doing that. And then there's quite a few pin shows next year that we're got our eyes on. So our time off is kind of, I guess, non-standard. Yeah. Do you have big plans for Christmas? Um, the California Pin Show. There's two pin shows there. One's the California, and the other one's the San Fran. I know that they're both in California. That's just what they're called. but um, but yeah, that's the plan. Getting a spot is actually pretty tough. As a vendor, it's pretty tough to get a spot there. So have a couple weeks off work. Nice. That's good. Do you ever? I know when I had my other thing that I do, well, I did in the military. I'd spend like, I don't know, a week not working, having that time off, but I'd kind of be ready to go back. Um, I don't know. It feels weird, and so I kind of feel the same about turning here. So I don't know. I don't know necessarily why. What's the case, but I just like doing stuff. And if it's one of the other things, it's I guess both a curse and a blessing. I guess is I have issues like sitting still. I feel like I need to be doing something. So yeah, 2 weeks be good. Nice. Mm-mm. Yeah. 2 weeks is a good time. If you're ready to go back in. And I don't know. To me, I don't know. It's kind of like I don't want to miss like something cool or important, or I don't want to miss out on like the potential experiences with those things, and that's I guess one of those things for me. Let me find that green one that I was talking about. I put it somewhere else. I don't know why. Oh, it went somewhere. I don't know where. Get it together, John. Oh, anyway, I got two more. Take a closer look here in just a second. All righty. Well, we're just going to continue. So this is what this one looks like. This is a called Green Mamba Juma. So I'll get it close and then get the focus right here. So it's got pretty cool pattern to it, almost like a honeycomb pattern to it. This is a different material called Juma, and it's quite a bit harder, but it's also pretty nice to turn, and you get a really cool effect of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn Morty off and then spin this camera around so I can do it over there, get it drilled at least, and then we'll turn it. My daughter wanted to call it, what does she call it? It's called Green Mamba, but something like Green Dragon or something. I don't remember. Shame on me. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be pretty cool to do like you go a little bit and then you pause. Well, I pause and then I do something a little different, and then get back to it. You know, just to kind of break it up a little bit. And I haven't turned Juma in a while, so don't make fun of me if it doesn't go right. There we go. Okay. I'm only going to be making one, but well, let me not put this where I'm going to lose it. This is about a 1 by 1 inch. That's on. This is good. This is good. Get this one drilled. Way I can take it back over there. Get it turned. And the other reason I don't really show the turning part of this is, one, it's really this over and over and over again. And then the other reason is because I need to wear a respirator, usually, because of how many of them I'm doing. So much dust can end up kicking up. But one, not one that I'm going to mask up for. Alrighty. By the way, if you don't know, this is where Abby does her sanding, and this is where I usually where I do the drilling. You'll also notice that this lathe does not have a banjo on it. It doesn't have the banjo, so you actually can't turn on this one really. It's just for drilling and sanding. Limey. Okay, and we're back. We'll go over there. Yeah. Oh, that's where we need to go. All right. Let this one. Did I kick the camera or something? Why are you right there? All right. So here we are. I guess also I should point out that Abby did not make this one. Yeah. But pretty cool. Let me do this right quick. That's good. Now I got to figure out what shape we're gonna do. While I think about it, I'm gonna clean this right quick. Boom, boom. Okay. That's good, that's good. Gonna hit the vacuum right quick. Yeah, it is a cool pattern. It's like I think they do call it like a snake skin. And then of course I asked Abby, what shape? She said, special shape. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Hindsight, maybe I should have done this one a little earlier. That way, could have dulled my tool a little bit more. But yeah, what shape am I going to do this one? Okay. There we go. Keep this here. There we are. That's good. Maybe. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? All right. So, what? 21 or 25? It's 21 or 25 is what she said. So it's going to be this. So 21 or 25. I think we'll do 21. Is that the number you were thinking, Kevin? Thinking 21 as well? All righty. Let's do it. Come on. First things first, we got to get it turned around. Good times at that age, yeah. I don't know. When I turned 21, actually, it wasn't that funny. Uh, I in the military, and it was at like 7 a.m. I had my first adult beverage, and it was a vodka Red Bull. And, let's see. I was in training, but it was all the guys were going out and having beverages, and because I was only 20 that day, it was midnight where I was actually going to turn 21. Um, it was a bummer because I was the driver. It wasn't 21 yet. Yeah, we were coming back from the training trip, and my buddy that lives in Australia now, he got me my first beverage. Yep. almost rounded here. Yeah, it was just, that was a travel day, so all I had to do was get on a plane and then pick up my bags after we got back. Alrighty, we're getting some full cycles here. Oh, that's looking good. All right, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Um, there we go. Wow. All right. So I think we're going to try to keep this one a nice big old chonker. Got a flat surface here. That shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Okay, let's see where we're at here. So we're about 5, so 2 and, well, my goodness. It's a good center marking. I do say so myself. There. It's a better look at it. Boom. That's where we needed to be. Oh no. Well, that's weird. Okay, so that, and then we're gonna go, let's see, like here, I think, and then here. And then check that right quick, just to make sure that 1.5, 1.5, just a little bit further, actually. Tiny little bit. Right. Cool. 21, here we come. Right. It's a little dustier. One of the things I'm immediately noticing. Okay. It's kind of deceiving because this side is a little bit thinner than this side, and so it makes this side look a little longer than this one, but they're the same. This is much easier to turn than harder. Come on now. I'll keep this in my hand, guys. that's nice. Nice and smooth. Juma's a joy to turn. We're all nice and smooth. And then we'll go ahead and just measure this out. So there. Oops. Weird. I'm actually not counting. How about that? Hmm. Material's pretty hard, so there's that. But it also quite nicely. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. There. Mm-mm. I've had these blanks for so long. Almost a year, I think. Just didn't decide what I was going to do with them. I got like 8 more of them. Still have to figure out what I'm going to do with some of them. Hmm. Almost there. Yeah, I do. I do have quite the collection. I store them in a drawer. They're just in a drawer, or they're in a bucket, waiting to be reviewed. But they're primarily just in my workshop drawer. There you go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now the real question is do I do the honeycomb aspect to it? Hmm. Might have to get Abby out, see what she's got to say about that. Yeah, let me. But yeah, I've got quite a few blanks here, but we also have them in a basket on the other side of the room, and we also have them. Um, man, that's cool looking. Cut them in some other areas too. Yeah, see if I can get her out here. Oh, we did it. Will you turn Morty off? What? What? You want to come over here? Here, you can sit here.
Whoa, your lathe is so bright and
Here.
limey.
Here you go.
What are we doing?
Putting you on
Why?
because you're pretty.
Thank you.
And
But also
I had
why?
to know if we were going to do a honeycomb.
I already answered you.
No, you didn't. I didn't see it.
On to
A
you.
little bit.
On to you. I did so answer. I said no honeycomb because it's so cool.
It is.
I feel like the honeycomb would take away from it instead of add it. Let's see. What do you,
gotta go too high.
what do we look at?
Just, just the end, a couple ending ones.
Kevin, how dare you? On to you guys. I came in, I don't know if you heard me, I said it. That's my favorite thing. I love to be summoned in the middle of me working. I'm inside and it's just like that wall right there. My office is on the other side. So I can hear John talking most of the time and the, what is it? Dust collection.
Morty!
Running.
Morty!
But I know that he saw my text message when he asked about the honeycomb. But yeah, that looks even cooler than I thought it would. Man, so cool. We've worked with Juma before, but it was like a swirled marbled Juma, which was cool, but it is not as cool as this like weird dragon scaly looking one. What did Stella say she wanted to call it? Lime dragon, lime lizard, dragon. Something like that.
Sounds right.
But yeah, super cool. Juma's weird. It's a very hard material.
Makes it nice for sanding and polishing.
It does. It probably was a lot more difficult on his end for turning than it will be when I come in and sand at some point.
I have managed to lose one of them.
One of the Jumas?
Yeah.
You just had all of them.
I don't want to talk about it.
Like, broke it, lost it, or just
No,
put
like,
it down somewhere?
It's somewhere else that I don't know where.
Probably inside. He did bring them all in to show me what the options were.
That one's cool.
It's way cool.
See, it's already kind of got the honeycomb. It might be a little redundant if we were to do that.
That's what I said. I said I think honeycomb would have taken away from it. No, it worked. It was fine.
It won't work.
It's John. He put it down. What'd you put down? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Blank.
Anytime anything like that, it's because of he wanders around with things and then puts them down. The only thing I put down and lose is my phone, and I can use my watch to tell me where my phone is. So John's the one that loses everything else. It's the truth. And I'm usually the one that finds it, because he'll come in and he'll blame me. I get mad at him,
That's
and
how you
then
do
I
it.
already know where whatever it is because I don't know. I just do. And I could probably go in and find it. So I'll have to do that later.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, me too. And he had to convince me to get an Apple Watch when he went to go get one because I was like, I don't wear a watch. I don't like things on my wrists. Like, I rarely wear any jewelry like that because it drives me nuts. But surprisingly, I got used to it really quick. And my most used features are the timer on it to set timers, and when I lose my phone, for it to tell me where my phone is. Really, that's what I use it the most for, which is kind of silly considering how many things the watch can do. But
Nah.
I'm still packing orders.
How long are you going to be?
I have to tape and label, so an hour
Okay.
or so ish.
You have the Ultra.
Oh, for the watch? I don't even know what the different options are for them for smartwatches. Ours is a couple, 2, 3 years old now, and my battery is starting to decide that it doesn't want to last all day anymore if I do a lot of stuff. So when we were up in the mountains hiking for Thanksgiving, it died every day. I move my hands a lot if we're walking or hiking.
Oh man, that's a whole nother story right there.
My mom and John, because they both have Apple Watches, when we do anything together where we're hiking, or like when we were all at Disney last year or this year, I don't even know anymore. When we were at Disney together, they'd be like, okay, Abby, how many steps did you get? How many miles did you get? And mine is always like thousands of steps more. And it's not because I walked anymore. It's because I really swing my arms.
With that swing.
So they make fun of me. But, gotta get them arms pumping. That's how I do it. Thanksgiving was good. We did a split Thanksgiving this year. So John and our younger daughter Stella stayed home, and we recently got 4 guinea pigs. I would say just for the kids, but we really like them too. They're very cute. And we didn't want to have someone to try to watch them, and we're not going to board them. So I don't know. John and Stella decided to stay home. He said it was so that he could get work done. He did not get any work done.
So
You did not.
did so.
Anyway, so he went to his mom's with Stella for Thanksgiving, and I did what we normally do every year for Thanksgiving, which is with my side of the family typically. And my family has a property up in the North Carolina mountains, which if you followed all of the hurricane stuff and the flooding, it's not Nashville, but it's up past Boone in the North Carolina mountains. And they also saw massive flooding up there. So it washed out the entire road and bridge to get up to where our house is on that property. So it's less than a mile hike, but it is like straight up a mountain. It is all the way up a mountain hike. And neither of them were very interested in doing that since we couldn't drive up to the house, plus with the other things. So me and our older daughter Evie, went and hiked up the mountain for Thanksgiving. But it was fun. We all had a great time. Yeah, it is not an easy hike, especially for not super in shape people and stuff. I don't know. We all made it. My mom and dad made it, and my dad, they had one of those gas powered wheelbarrows. So luckily we didn't have to carry our crap up there. He drove it up there in the little wheelbarrow thing. Because if that had been the case, it would have been a whole different thing and we wouldn't have gone. So yeah, I bet. Yeah, John. Well, and here's the other thing. When we go up there, your options are hang out with my family, play games, drink, go on hikes. There's not there's not other stuff to do, really. It's an entertain yourself kind of place. And John doesn't do well relaxing or not having things to do. So him and Stella went and did all kinds of stuff here. RC car racing and I don't know, a bunch of other random stuff. So yeah, I know, really. I mean, it's Thanksgiving, it's family holidays. My siblings are both, you know, older. Well, they're younger than me, but they're older than 21. So other than Evie, our daughter, you know, but yeah, he stayed here. It was fun though. We had a great time, all of us, I think, individually. Are you still looking for that blank?
No, not doing anything anymore.
John's wandering around in the garage now.
Crap. Lost it. Lost my marble.
Well, that's pretty standard. Really?
What?
I don't know. I'm just looking.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's cool. That's a cool pen.
I am not setting up streaming stuff. I'm reading your comments now. Absolutely not. I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah. I didn't say anything.
It's your fault though. Oh, did you answer about the California Pin Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not.
I said that there's the California and then there's the San Fran. That you'll be going to the San Fran.
Maybe both of us, if I can get a table. And if I can't get a table, I'm going to have to once again convince somebody to please let me sit at their table.
Yeah. Hard to get a spot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Luckily the houses were fine. We were very lucky. And part of it is just the way how steep that mountain is and the fact that the houses aren't in the path of water runoff essentially. So yeah, the houses are fine. Are the vendor spots hard to get? Yes, at most shows. DC as well. For any of the shows that we've done, I not only email whoever puts the show together before to see if there's a wait list that I can be put on, or as soon as they announce like when the tables are going on sale, I'm like one of the first people like that gets on and buys a table. And then everything else we figure out after that. I buy a table, I book our rooms, because that's the other thing. Almost every single one of the hotels that these different pin shows, at least the ones that we've been to, they fill up. So like the hotel rooms also fill up pretty quick, because whether you're a vendor or, you know, like someone there to just attend the show and hopefully buy stuff, staying at the hotel is obviously the most convenient. And there tends to be a lot of meetups and people going out to dinner and people hanging out in lobbies and the bars after each pin show day. So it's a good way to kind of get into all of that other stuff at the pin shows. But where'd you put it? Just over there. John found it. Yay, you. Not lost. So
My goodness.
the other Jumas will hopefully be fountain pens. Maybe mixy match ones. I think would be cool, like to put them with other blanks.
Teal, blue, red, green.
I think the green's one of the coolest. I'm really excited about the tealish one too. I believe he said that he saw you look there 3 times before you saw it.
It was under. It was under right
He
here.
put things on top of it.
You could have seen it too on camera.
I wasn't looking.
Yeah, but he was.
I was just
he could have helped me out right there.
I was just judging only. But anyways, I think we're going to be good for the DC show because we were there last year, because they do usually give priority to past vendors. So my understanding is that some of these people, the way the DC show was set up is it was in 3 separate rooms and then all of the hallways. It's kind of insane the number of vendors and people that go. So we got put in like the new vendors / international room this last year because it was our first year going. We're hopeful that maybe we'll end up in the makers room. Maybe either we're gonna make the best of it no matter what. I'm glad we're not going to be in that big room, because I will choose anything over being in that big room, because it is so packed and loud and crazy. So at least our room was a little quieter, I think, than the other ones. But like, for example, some people have been going since, the beginning of that DC show, which is like 20 something years. I don't know, a long time. And so they have like essentially their table is their table forever. I mean, they pay for it, but they get to call dibs on where it is and get to be where they want to be every year because they've gone for that many years. So I know that I was talking to Jim Hines, and his tables are his tables. He has 2 or 3, which is a lot for a lot of the makers, and they're his tables. Like,
It's like
no
the
one
guard.
no one gets to take the tables. Yeah, maybe they
It's
will.
like the National Guard.
What if
where
you can, like,
either have to wait for somebody to leave or die?
or yeah, to not be able to come back. And he, like, he'll will them to somebody if for some reason someone can't go anymore. It's like, I want them to go to, so and so. So we'll see. We're always optimistic. It shows no matter what. No,
Somebody is.
there's only parts where I get kind of it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of people. And it is always interesting hearing other people's perspectives of how things went for them too, which is interesting. But for the San Francisco show that I went to super last minute last year, I did not have a table. I got very lucky in how absolutely amazing and kind Jonathan Brooks is. He's just probably one of the nicest people, period. And he let me sit with him at his table. Now, it did confuse people the whole time because they'd be like, "Oh, Carolina Pin Company." And he'd go, "Yeah, she's from North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina." So we had to do a spiel every time, but I helped. I sold some of his pins too when he wasn't there. We took turns leaving the table. He's a really, really nice guy. And yeah, I don't know that I could convince anybody to share a table with me, but maybe. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to get our own table. That would be great. I'd love John to get to go to that show because, we did DC, which is the biggest East Coast show, and then San Francisco is the biggest West Coast show. And the vibes and the people could not be more different. Very, very different. And we liked both of them. I'd like him to get to experience it because it was a very different experience there at the San Francisco show. So, and then Orlando is still on the newer side. This year was the 3rd year, I think. So next year will be the 4th year. So from what I can tell for them, sorry, I keep messing with it. They are still expanding, sort of, or people are still deciding whether that's a show that they'd like to add into their rotation or not. The California Pin Show, that's just the one that's in outside of LA. It's in like February. It's like over Valentine's Day. So for us this year, it's just not going to work because we have to plan or figure out with our kids of when they can miss school, when my parents can watch them, etc. We did bring them to the Orlando Pin Show the last 2 years, but we are not going to next year just because Evie's in middle school now, and we kind of got in trouble for her missing like over a week of school because we did Orlando and then Disney. So, and also it's just a different thing of us getting to spend more time with the other makers and friends and stuff while we're there, all of our pin friends, versus us having our kids with us. So I don't know. This next year here well, that's awesome. Very exciting. Well, I plan on being at the San Francisco show. I hope that John will be there. Yeah, you would think the school would get over it, but they instead send us threatening letters that if they miss too much, that we're going to end up in court. So, yeah.
Doesn't matter how smart your kids are either.
No,
it doesn't matter. Like,
no, it doesn't.
That
they're good students, and that that Evie did all of her makeup work and she's an AB honor roll every time. It does not matter. At least in North Carolina, if you start getting these threatening letters at 3 days, I think it's at 7 days, and then 10 days is where they're like taking you to court. So yeah, I mean, I think it's part of that. It's also, obviously to try to encourage parents to make sure to stay on top of and be involved in if kids are just like skipping school, so that they are alerted and so that they know that it's like a really big deal, if kids miss a bunch of school, because obviously when you miss a bunch of school, you are more behind. And for us, for at least this last year, they had one or 2 weeks of school before we left for for Orlando Pin Show, and so we were like, it's the beginning of the year. How much are they going to really be missing? For Stella, who is still in elementary school, the answer is nothing. She was fine. She had to do a couple worksheets, I think, and that was about it. For Evie, on the other hand, because it's middle school, she missed however many classes. They have a lot of classes every day, so she missed all of that and the whole like transition and everything. So we're just doing things a little bit differently for the next year. But yeah, it's fun. We like pin shows. We enjoy the whole
Took some
whole
convincing to get
thing.
somebody involved.
Okay, so when he tried to get me to go to pin shows at the time, he was sort of on the side making fountain pens, and it wasn't something that we were both like actively working on. And so for me, I'm like, we cannot take that time. That costs a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera. But what we've realized is that it's so worth the money spent to travel, to do the pen show, even if we don't sell enough pens to like make it like a huge profit or anything else. It's still worth going. And we found that it's something that we really enjoy, getting to interact with customers face to face and talk about what we do, and just to meet all the people, like both vendors, all kinds of vendors, because it's not just fountain pen, small fountain pen makers, of which now we've met most of them, but also like the leather, like all the different leather makers and all kinds of other
Stationary,
lots of stationery,
pin
ink.
kind of stuff.
There's some of the vintage dealers, which we met a few of them, some of the very interesting people. But yeah.
McBang.
Yeah, he is a hoot. He cracks me up. But yeah, it's a fun thing. What's that one? Ebonite?
Ebonite is probably going to end up being a cat, but if anything.
Funky. It'll be interesting to see with our custom ebonite how bright the colors are, since ebonite tends to be muted in general. You know what I mean? Just because it's rubber.
It's been a long time since
I guess.
Some.
Stinks. Ebonite stinks when you turn it.
Yeah. Been a little while. But yeah.
Anywho.
I reckon I'm gonna probably conclude the stream as well. That way we can get some stuff set up in there, and then
eat dinner.
Yeah,
that one. Feed our children.
I'll make my snowman video.
Oh, you're gonna do some video editing.
Yeah, it ain't gonna do itself, unfortunately.
And I'm not going to do it.
You wouldn't be good at it anyway.
Hey, I tried.
I'm mediocre at it.
At the beginning, I did some of those videos. I just found
the thumbnails
that I hate it. No, I edited some of those. The children, we're lucky that our kids are, let's see, Stella's 9 and Evie's 11. They're about to turn 10 and 12 very quickly at the beginning of the year. They are very capable of feeding themselves, but we do like to eat dinner together, just as a family in general. But if it was up to them, I'm sure they'd just sit in there snacking the whole time anyways. But yeah, they're at a great age right now. We are really enjoying them at this particular age. Haven't quite hit that teenager point. Because I'm sure when they're both at that age, it'll be a whole other story around here. So maybe not, but probably. So he had 5 sisters, older and younger. So he got to deal with all of the girls being teenagers. And then I have a younger sister who is about the age apart that our girls are, 2 years. And I know that we were a terror in our teens. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I know, really. We do that sometimes. He is lucky that it is a bit of a sanctuary, and they know better than to come out here and ask him things or bother him. And also the way, like where the door is to come into our garage from the house, my lathe is first. So if we're both out here, the kids just come and ask me whatever it is, and they never get past me to get to him. So I'm the one that gets interrupted or has to go help or whatever is going on. Probably a little on purpose as far as
That is
you.
not the floor plan by design. That was not the intention of that.
Well, that's what happened.
It just happened. Yeah.
So, no, he didn't do it on purpose. It is just the way that things got set up. But yeah.
Well, hopefully we're going to make it even better. Like there's a spot over here. I'll probably just stream that part or stream some of that too. Like some of the, when we get the new shelf and whatnot.
Oh, when we move stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably do that over there. It's picking up fine. You can see.
Over there. That's where we're going to put it, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited. That is what part of John's Christmas is going to be, is one of those really big.
And then that'll be where my blanks go too. Yeah,
Craftsman, the tool chest that has like the big part on top and all of the drawers. So it's going to have so many drawers.
Like the hood.
Yeah.
The hood that closes.
Yeah. Because this is one of those carts that has all the drawers, but we want one of the big ones that's got the top part too, so that we can hopefully get him a bit more organized, especially with fountain pen blanks, which are in weird little boxes all over the place. Just parts of everything all over. So, but yeah, that's the plan.
Probably won't be an exciting stream.
I'm just trying to get this to you so you can wrap it up, sir.
Yeah. Well, how about that? It was a good stream. Good stream. We turned some stuff into things and had some friends hang out and some new people. Had somebody from Sweden. That's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. And Laura came, Kevin's hanging, and Mike came. And
you're just going to list everybody that came?
Yeah, I try to do that. I try to show appreciation for each individual person.
It was good to talk to you again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure John will probably be on later on Twitch.
Maybe.
And I will maybe be on it. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I think I hit everybody. And if I missed you, I'm very sorry. I will do my best to not miss you again. But yes. So I don't know if you were there when I mentioned it, but 12, I'm going to be noon.
Streaming
Eastern.
At noon tomorrow?
Eastern. Well, Mondays.
Oh, Mondays. Sure.
Mondays. So maybe Tuesdays. I haven't quite figured that one out.
We're working on a schedule. He's got multiple planners and notebooks for 2025 to get himself a bit more organized and scheduled in general.
But I guess it doesn't matter how many planners you got. If they're not filled out, they don't just work. Stupid things.
No.
But anywho, appreciate you hanging out. And then, yeah. We'll see you.
Bye.
Don't put it in my mouth.
I want you to take it from me. I've been trying to get you to do.
Take care.